Hello, welcome to Daily News from Markazi TV. House of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi holds commemorations of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. With the arrival of the month of Muharram, the House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom continues to host the commemorative ceremonies of the Master of Martyrs, Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. These commemorative ceremonies were attended by various groups of Shia believers and lovers of AhlulBayt, peace be upon them, as well as religious scholars and activists at the presence of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The lecturers at these events addressed the outstanding uprising of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, and the participants recited eulogies in honor of His Holiness. It is worth noting that the House of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi will continue to host these commemorations for 13 consecutive days, both in the mornings and afternoons and in the two languages of Persian and Arabic. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi prepares for Husseini memorials in Lebanon. The office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the Lebanese capital Beirut installed black banners to prepare for the memorials of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, in the upcoming month of Muharram 2022. This office will host commemorative ceremonies to honor the anniversary of the martyrdom of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, during the first 10 days of Muharram. Sayyid Ahmed Shirazi delivers a speech ahead of Muharram 2022. With the approach of the month of Muharram, Sayyid Ahmed Shirazi, the son of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, delivered a speech at the gathering of Kuwaiti believers. Several cultural, religious, and social figures were present at this gathering and listened to statements by Sayyid Ahmed Shirazi about the commemorative ceremonies of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. Beit Center prepares to host Muharram memorials in Madagascar. Beit Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Mahajanga city of Madagascar, held a ceremony to welcome the Hussaini memorials. This ceremony was attended by tens of Shia believers and lovers of AhlulBayt, peace be upon them. Imam Sadiq Center raises Hussaini banner in Denmark. During a ceremony, Imam Sadiq Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Denmark, raised a banner with the name of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, on it. This symbolic move was to declare the beginning of the Hussaini memorials during the first 10 days of the month of Muharram 2022. AhlulBayt Center holds 12th gathering of preachers in Basra, Iraq. With the approach of the month of Muharram, the 12th gathering of religious preachers and speakers was hosted at AhlulBayt Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, south of Iraq. Sheikh Sadiq al-Basri, the director of this center, delivered a speech at this event and highlighted the significance of learning and teaching. Some religious speakers received plaques of appreciation during this ceremony. Omar Bihar Institute donates supplies to religious mawaqib in holy Karbala, Iraq. Omar Bihar Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, provided the religious mawaqib with supplies of water and food items ahead of Muharram 2022. These supplies are distributed among these mawaqib in compliance to the directives of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. More than 100 mawaqib received these donations. Omar Bihar Institute donates warm foods to Hussaini mourners in holy Karbala, Iraq. Omar Bihar Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, began its programs to distribute food boxes to the pilgrims and the mourners of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, during the first 10 days of the month of Muharram 2022. It is worth noting that each year Omar Bihar Institute distributes food boxes to pilgrims until Muharram 13th. Al-Hawra Husayniya readies for Hussaini memorials in Montreal, Canada. The Hussaini of Al-Hawra, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Canada, begins preparations for the Hussaini memorials in the upcoming months of Muharram and Safar 2022. This center has begun installing banners of mourning to host the Hussaini memorials. Activities by Shia Societies Association in Holy Qom, Iran. Some members of the Shia Societies Association, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, welcomed Haji Aqil al-Turki, the manager of religious mawaqib in Suq al-Shuyukh city of Iraq. Furthermore, this association welcomed groups of cultural and religious figures from the Iraqi province of Diyala and the city of Isfahan in Iran. In these meetings, the instructions of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi were relayed to these activists. AhlulBayt Islamic Thought Center donates meat packs to needy in Baghdad, Iraq. AhlulBayt Islamic Thought Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Baghdad, donated meat packs to needy families in the city. Tens of orphans and needy families in Baghdad received these donations. PR manager of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi meets head of the National Security Organization of Iraq. Sheikh Ahmed Al-Lami, the director of the Public Relations Office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qadamiyya, met with the head of the branch office of the National Security Organization of Iraq in the city. During this meeting, the representative of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi underlined security during the Husseini memorials in the upcoming months of Muharram and Safar. In addition, Sheikh Al-Lami relayed some pieces of advice from His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. In his turn, the head of the branch office of the National Security Organization of Iraq in Holy Qadamiyya guarantees security and order during the months of Muharram and Safar. As the Markazi Center begins preparations for Husseini memorials in Holy Karbala, Iraq. As the Markazi Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, held a ceremony to announce its readiness for hosting the Husseini memorials in the upcoming months of Muharram and Safar. This ceremony was held with the slogan of Hussein unites us, and it hosted groups of believers, mourners, reciters, poets, and religious speakers. During this ceremony, the believers renewed their allegiance with Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, and Imam al-Mahdi, may God hasten his reappearance. It is worth noting that during this ceremony, the old servants of the Husseini memorials were honored.